Welcome to the Conscious Collective, a safe space for curious souls, starseeds, and lightworkers to explore our multidimensional aspects.
Together, we will journey through different topics with open hearts and minds, with the intention of supporting our conscious community's spiritual expansion. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to the Conscious Collective. And this week we are going to be diving into the subject of alignment. So obviously it's myself and Emily here. Emily, it's been a topic that is so prevalent in the Conscious Collective awareness right now because of the planetary alignment that's been going on. And yourself and I have already held quite a few sessions around this topic and harnessing these energies. So let's discuss with the collective now just what's been coming up for us off the back of this shift in energy at the beginning of 2025.
Yeah, wonderful. So the planets have been aligning for, thousands and thousands of years, haven't they? And we've all come to Earth at this special time for this to happen. And a lot of people are noticing, and we'd love to hear from you as well if you're noticing these shifts and alignments. So please comment below. How it's kind of impacting them. Because I think for many light workers, star seeds, curious souls that are quite aware of their consciousness and their thoughts, they've noticed that there's been some dark times. I mean, it's kind of easy for anyone to notice that. But many of us are really coming through that. And that's where the alignment piece comes in. So I'd say there's two parts to this. We are all coming into alignment if we want to. Okay, this is all our own choice and doing. And the other aspect is, so don't have any fear about that. But those that are coming into it, I think we need to shine even brighter. It's that dark cocoon before the butterfly appears, and we're kind of breaking this mold. So for some of us, I think for us, we're kind of coming out of that, at least fingers crossed we are. And what that means, personally, I would say, is that I'm super aware of what I'm thinking. And I've been trying to teach this, through yoga and energy work to my community, that you need to be aware of your conscious mind. Is that thought strengthening me or is it weakening me? And you just have to treat it like a little dog and just go, nope, stop. Nope, stop. And so fast forward, months, years, I'm now in a place where I'm like, oh, I'm in a better frequency more often. And that frequency is often referred to as the fifth dimension. So consciously, many of us are happening in the fifth dimension. And that's where I can send Lucy a little memo in my mind and she gets it. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, it comes down to are we tuned in and present in that moment? Does she pick that up? But again, I can communicate with my family in that way. And so there's lots of stories we can explore with that. But alignment really is coming in to our true harmonious self. So what's important to me is what I need to focus on, and just that would be the same for everyone because we're all unique little bits of light. So you need to focus on what's really important to you and have the faith that we will align and harmonize.
Yeah. I think it's holding that intention for alignment and harmony. I think this is where I think us as light workers and on this part of this mission, it's kind of firstly acknowledging that that's what you are. You are a spirit, having a human experience, like having that zoomed out perspective, which is a journey in itself, right? For people, we are little beings experiencing being, I love the time just then, we're being human, and then understanding the power that you hold to create your life. So it's working down with your awareness. Okay, so we're just here, and this is a journey. This doesn't happen. This all doesn't sink in overnight. So it's okay. I'm that in control. Wow. Okay. And my mindset is controlling everything. Wow. Okay, great. So how do I then everybody becomes on that's that path, really super aware of your thoughts. But then there's a journey of, okay, how do I control and manage those thoughts? Because you realize that your thoughts become reality. So then there's working on your thoughts And then there's also another layer of alignment, which is working on your energy, because your mindset has to be right, but also your energy has to be right. So we've got mindset alignment and we have energetic body alignment. And that work, this is why I think we've got this term of light workers in the collective, because it does take work to shift your mindset, work on those limiting beliefs, shift that energy within your body, to assist with raising your frequency and remaining in the fifth dimension. And I think what a lot of us do is we get caught in the trap of bypassing that work. So we have glimpses of this awakening, and we have this understanding that we are these beings and these creative beings, and we cut straight to, okay, I know I can create what I want, so I'm going to just immediately create what I want. And don't get me wrong, we are that powerful, but there's also work that goes alongside that in order for you to be this beautiful, clear, magnetic match to align with the reality that you wish to experience in this life. And so that's a lot of what we're working with people on, aren't we? And ourselves. Yes. So we're working, and it seems to be really happening in real time. Like we're working on these things in our lives, like our spirit guides will give us these scenarios and be talking us through how to get through them and how to align, what work we need to do. And then we'll have a client session, and that client needs to hear exactly what we've just experienced. And this is how we know we're in alignment with our purpose, where our guides know exactly what we're doing, and they're feeding us our experiences, supporting our intentions. So that's why we're getting these experiences come up. So it's really quite beautiful. And luckily, Emily and I can just, fire out a message to each other going, oh my gosh, this has just happened. And Emily will be thinking and saying, we need that, because we're going to be passing that on to the Conscious Collective in our chat. So it's all around alignment though right now. And it's so important for 2025 because we're at the dawn of this new age that so many people know about. It's a super exciting time, and everybody, no matter where you're at in your spiritual awakening path, everybody is feeling a shift, and it's super exciting. But what I did want to just say is, on that, with that in mind about how we bring ourselves into alignment, if you're trying to align with a higher timeline in your life, and you've still got lots of density and lots of limiting beliefs within you, those will really kind of rear their heads this year for you, because it's shake-up time. And if you've got an intention of moving into this fifth dimensional reality, these 5D timelines, these higher frequencies, then we have to let go of this old dense energy and these old beliefs. And that's what's massive in the collective at the moment.
Absolutely. And it's those neural pathways, the way they've been formed. I mean, the Arcturians have shown me how they see it as a little bacteria on our neural pathways that just with frequency and love and being present can be dissolved. Yep. Because they create dissonance from who we truly are. And so I was just thinking how to give advice on getting into alignment, and you just brought that up as well. Just as I was thinking it, which just again shows that kind of harmonization of alignment. Yeah. And of course, you can work with people, and you can have Reiki, you can have your Akashic records done, you can do quantum healing, hypnosis therapies, and explore all of that. But it really is, to a certain extent, a very insular process of really tuning into what is important within us. Yeah. And again, there's two prongs. It needs to be internal work and it needs to be external work. We are not here to do this on our own. We are more loved and cherished than we can even imagine. And we need support from others. And that's what we're here to create, this kind of discussion around it. So the more you are present within yourself and tuning into that in your meditation, and then asking for guidance and giving that space for that thought to come through and trusting it, the more this is going to speed up for you. And then you will find blocks and patterns that have formed that are really hard to shift. And that's where other people can come along. Yeah. But finding a spiritual buddy to support you along the way is paramount. and they don't have to be spiritual. And tapping into your inner child,
oh yeah,
don't you think it's important? Because we
So
want to be
lovely.
talk about play. We want our work that we do together to be play.
And it really lifts your frequency.
Completely.
Emily and I are constantly reminding each other about play.
Yeah, I've got a sign on my desk that says your work is play. Like, I want to rename light workers.
It's not
I want
light
it to be light players, but that still has another connotation that I'm not sure that if we want to be kind of players, but light fun. Like, you know,
because it's so important. It's so important.
And you can hear
to have
how
fun.
our frequency has now changed with this, hasn't it?
Yeah, because that's how we normally are.
Exactly.
This is the energy we're normally in, which is light and fun and play, and everything flows in your life so much better. And I just want to loop back round to what you were saying about doing the inner work yourself, but also communicating with other people and getting involved in groups and sessions and things like that, because it helps you by coming along to group sessions and things like that, and sharing in chats on, things like this. Yes. It helps you to embody the work that you're doing. So you can watch lots of amazing TV programs that are out there. You can binge watch the amazing channel that we all watch, that we love, and read loads of books. But if you don't actually work on integrating everything that you're understanding into your reality, into your life, because you're not here just to gain a lot of knowledge. You're here to co-create with others and play with others. And I'm calling it play but really this is you living your life, right? And having conversations with people who aren't necessarily spiritual, but just plonking in some little bits of knowledge that you've gained. It's that kind of integration work. And also when a fear thought, an old pattern thought comes up in your actual lived reality, when you're driving your car or going to work or doing something, engaging with somebody, it's recognizing that judgment in your mind, or I'm talking about all the lower frequencies that we want to try and integrate and embody out. We go, okay, I'm being really judgmental in my mind about that person right now. In this now moment, I might not be watching a spiritual podcast. In this now moment, in my reality, in my life, I need to work on that. I need to say, no, Lucy, don't think that about that person. That's not how you want to be. And I love Emily's kind of thing that she uses at the moment, which is that's 2024. Yes. That's not 2025. Yeah. She says it about herself. She's like, I'm working on that though, because that's 2024, Emily, not 2025, Emily. And that's her way of defining a very big line in the sand of saying no more to those thoughts, no more to that. And that's why, like you said, that's that inner work that you must do every day, all day, every day. And I think, perhaps we don't discuss that as light workers or in the spiritual community enough, because I always see people saying that, yes, you can wear all the most beautiful, fashionable clothes in the spiritual community, and you can hold space for people, you can hold sound baths, and you can do all of that. But if you're not practicing it in your reality, and you're not coming from your heart, and you are not working on those lower aspects of yourself, and when we say that, they just need to be witnessed, and those feelings need to be felt. I'm not talking about bypassing them and shoving them down. This is about spending time actually sitting with those emotions and asking where they're from. And obviously we offer support and guidance for anybody who is on that path and needs to know how to do that. And maybe there's an episode about that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'd love to do that, but to guide people through, because I think this is the thing. The reason that people spiritually bypass, as we were, is because they don't know how. Yeah. It's not really talked about enough, integration and embodiment. So
maybe the next one should be integration.
I think so. And because that's how you align.
It is. And I think integration actually feeds in really nicely with the voice notes that we leave each other, and why we encourage others to do that with someone that you feel connected with. Yeah. Because in doing that, I'm actually saying, Lucy, no, I'm standing in 5D, Emily. I'm standing in this 5-dimensional world consciousness, and I will not accept anything else. Nope. And then I can just look back and go, ooh, that voice note was a little 3D. Won't be dipping into that frequency again, but not judging myself, just accepting it. It did need to come out. all of this needs to come out so it can be dissolved.
And the way to do that is through being compassionate with yourself, not by hating yourself for thinking that thought or hating yourself and being frustrated about it. And this is what we end up working through. It's like, okay, I recognize that as not in resonance with the reality that I am wishing to experience. So I need to do some work on that. And quite often we'll leave each other a message going, okay, I need to do some work on that. And that's fine. And we're not judging ourselves for that.
No,
but then we do go away and do the work.
Yeah. And that's the important part, that we are, because we're kind of sounding boards to each other. We're like, oh, I didn't realize I was still in that. Yeah. And in our portal that we did on Saturday, we were talking about onions and like the layers of the onions. And some of us will think like, oh, I've been working on that for 10 years. Like I really thought that was gone. But it's like, nope, there's still those little neural pathways that are still making some connection. And, bless them, because they are
a program.
They're a program and they're trying to help us, because that's what we've been taught is going to support us, but not anymore.
And I also just want to say that there is a nice distinction that everybody can make. And that is between when you have a thought, whether it's one of these old lingering neural pathways or whatever, something has come up. Is it your mind saying it, or is it something triggered? Is there energy being triggered in your body? How do you feel when that thought comes in? Because if it comes with a feeling and an emotion, then there's energy that needs to be moved on. So that helps you with energy work. If it is just like like an earworm kind of annoying thought that keeps coming in, really you're just at the end of that process, right? So you've already done the energy, and especially people say, but I've already done the energy work, so why is that coming back in? Oh, don't worry about that. Like if you feel like I really feel like I've got no emotional attachment to that anymore, if it is just sort of those repeating words in your head, that is just programming, and that's your mind just giving you what it's used to giving you. And that is much, much easier to just start going, no, I've worked on that. So the no, I've worked on that. No, I don't believe that anymore comes after you've done the work on that topic. Does that make sense? And after you feel like you've shifted the emotional attachment. If you do it before you've done that, then you're bypassing something. Do you see? Does that make sense? I think that's a real clear. That needs to be a clear distinction.
And it's a level of discernment that gets developed over time. Like, is that thought still triggering me? Is it still bringing up like butterflies in my tummy? Is it still kind of like making my shoulder hurt? Do I feel like I'm still carrying that?
Yeah.
Or actually, I didn't realize it, but when I look at that, it makes me think of this, or when I hear those words, it makes me think of that.
It's just a memory, but it's got no emotional charge.
And I'm done with that. And that was Emily 2024.
And that's when you can say that.
Emily
exactly. You're like, oh no, that's so funny.
And it's liberating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, and you sort of see it from a different perspective, don't you? You're like,
completely different.
You're like, where did that come from? Different. That's not me. And you don't recognize it as you anymore, because it's not your core belief anymore.
No.
It's just, and you really feel that distinction, which I think is important to distinguish.
I can feel some love frequencies wanting to come through.
Ooh. Welcome to the love dimension. Yeah.
I believe they're called Beautiful Chorus. Go check them out. They are incredible. So many beautiful, beautiful songs. And we're going to be using that song for the intro of this. So that you've already heard it.
Yeah, we love it. We love it.
So should we just bring some like love frequencies through just to help people's attunement? And then I think we'll close out for this episode,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. I have the Pleiadians here, so I'm going to channel beautiful Pleiadian. I'm going to let you go first.
Thank you. They are so pleased to be here with us today. Although they are always with us, they would like us to remember that. And anytime you do feel that you need to connect and have a little bit more love, they would like you just to place your hand on your heart and just allow some love and some frequencies of pure joy to just enter through the crown of your head. And you can ask also for other energies, such as the Arcturians, to just pour over a beautiful elixir of healing frequency and energy all over your neural pathways so that they are coated and they are protected for this bacteria that has been living on them, creating fear and lack within this consciousness on the planet. So just allow those frequencies to come over your neural pathways like little tingles of warm, soothing energy, which we know you can feel right now, loved ones. And allow that just to shift how you feel, allowing that lighter energy to come through, to come into your heart and open up the love portal in your heart. And there we can travel and we can meet other souls. And they would love for Lucy just to come through here and join us in the heart.
Sweet angels, you are all connected to the one. Remember your connection. The intention of this safe space is so that you feel reconnected once more. Receive these codes. Beloveds, remember who you are. Remember your power. Remember the power of love. Remember the power of the frequency of love to heal you, to bring you into alignment with the reality of your choosing. And as these two joyful beings say, keep your lives playful and in high vibration. And we can connect with you so much more easily then. When you are in a lifted frequency and you are feeling playful and light, then open up to invite in your spirit guides, and we will be able to come through and fill your hearts with love, and you will feel this connection to the whole, to source, to your beloved home. Open up to receive it now, and we will connect you. Remember, sweet ones. And so it is.
So it is.
So it is, loved ones.
There is so much more that wants to be brought through on that. But I think for now, we'll
end it here.
And leave you. And we do really hope you enjoyed it. It brings us so much joy. And we will see you very soon. Joyful blessings.
Bye.
Lots of love. Thanks for joining us today. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you want to work with us directly, see the show notes below. Thank you.